good morning, good afternoon, good night, whichever is the time that you connect to watch or listen to this video. I want to start by welcoming you to Chapter 8 Electrifiling. Also, I want to remind you that this is a review that we will not be reading the whole chapter. Explain the importance of electrifiling for the technician. Electrifiers are very safe when used by trained nail technicians and can provide benefits besides speeding up the time spent on a service. A professional nail technician should never purchase a craft or hobby tool instead of a nail machine specially designed for use in professional services. Micromotor machines. The e-files used in salons are known as micromotor machines because the motor is located in the handpiece. The box that the handpiece plugs into the transformer, which conducts the electricity from the wall plug to the machine. All manufacturers sell handpieces and boxes separately should you need to replace either one. There are many different brands and types of micromotor machines available for every budget. This is an example of one. Craft or hobby tools are not designed for use of human nails and should never be used for nail services. The bits needed for craft machine have a larger shank size than the professional nail bits. The vibration from craft and hobby tools can be harmful to the client's nails, can interfere with proper curing and enhancement progress, and may cause damage to your hand or wrist in the long-term use. RPM speed. RPM stands for revolutions per minute. This is the number of times in a minute that the bits spin in a complete circle. Which is the best RPM that you can use? 35,000. Torque. Torque is understood as the power of the machine or its ability to keep turning when you are applying pressure during filing. Compare machine features when choosing an electric file. When choosing an electric file, evaluate your wants, needs, and budget. If you're going to use your machine for both enhancement and pedicure services, be sure that you get a powerful machine with a high RPM, so revolutions per minute. We already know the highest one that we should buy is 35,000. Budget will be the most important factor when you first get out of school. Attend trade shows, visit distributors, or take a class before investing in the machine. Machine features. You have the forward and reverse. You have the chuck, that this is when you lock it. You have a foot pedal, so most of them will bring a foot pedal, and most people that know how to use a sewing machine or do that for a living, they like to use the foot pedal better. RMP, that we know that's revolutions per minute. Variable speed control. Comfortable handpiece. Closed casing handpiece, so the dust cannot go in there and your machine lasts longer. Warranty, maintaining. Choose the proper bid for each services. Electrophile bids come in variety of shapes, sizes, and styles. The sheer number of bids that are available can be confusing when you are trying to select the right one for a particular services. An electrophile should run smoothly without excessive vibration. Oh, and I jumped something very important right here. Um, Moving or bent bits can harm the electric file, can cause damage to the client nails, and may cause the nail professional to develop culminate trauma disorder, CTD. The anatomy of a bit. Concentric bits are balanced bits that do not wobble or vibrate. Surface smoothness. So you have to know the smoothness of the bit. These are the particles on the bit evenly distributed. If the particles are larger in some areas, the bit will scratch the nail surface as you file instead of refining it. Edges. Many bits are cut with finished edges so that they are not sharp on the top. Feel the edges before purchasing the bit. Grits. Grit for hand file is measured by the number of abrasive particles per square inch. The higher the number of grits have particles that are smaller and finer. The coarser the grit, the lower the grit number will be, and the larger each individual piece or grit will be per square inch. Just like regular files, the bits come from extra fine to coarse. Shank. Shank, the standard size for nails machines, is 2.38 millimeters. Electrophiles used from crafts are usually 3.2 millimeters and will not fit a professional electric file. Types of bits. We have different type of bits. These are diamond, carbide, silicone, and natural beads. A diamond bead are made from both natural and synthetic diamond particles that are adhered to the metal surface of the bead. These diamond beads range from extra fine to extra coarse. Carbide beads. These are made of metal and come in different shapes, sizes, and grits. The surface of a bead has grooves, which are called flutes, which shape the surface of the product as they file, which reduces dust. The wider the space between the flutes, the coarser the bit, and the closer the flutes, the finer the bit. Swiss carbide bits are in Switzerland and usually have rounded end for safety. These are excellent for beginners. Why? Because you reduce the chances of cutting the person's skin surrounding the nail. Silicone bits, a bit like pencil eraser, so they feel like that, which grits ranging from coarse to fine. Silicone bits should just lightly skim the surface of the nail to remove excess non-living cuticle or give shine to the natural or artificial nail. Natural chamois, cotton, and goat hair bits. These can be used to apply buffing cream and to both natural nails and enhancement products to give a high gloss finish. Taper barrel bits. This shorter cone shaped fine bit is designed with a flat top. It can be used to shape the top surface of the nail enhancement on small nails at a flat angle and the cuticle and side walls. You can see pictures for most of the things I'm reading. There's a picture on the book. French fill bits. For what are these? These are when you are going to do the French manicure or the American manicure where you have two different type of colors so you can do that smile on the nail. Natural nail disc. The natural nail disc has a diamond surface that is used flat on the tip of the nail to shorten and shape the free edge. Pedicure bits are usually cone-shaped and made of diamond or sapphire material. They're usually a little bit larger too. They work best for smoothing and contouring dry, callous skin. Let's see right here. It says that pedicure beads are used on slow or medium speed because remember you are on the skin. Ah, I think I jumped one. I think I jumped one that I had right here. Sorry. I think I have one more. Prepper bits. What are these for? To prep the nail before you apply any nail forms or acrylics. Mandrels. Mandrels are metal or rubber bits that are inserted into the handpiece. Sanding and arbor bands are slipped over the mandrels. So as you can see, this is how the mandrel look and the filing nail bit will go over it. Sanding and arbor bands. These are one-use only paper bits that slip onto the mandrel and they come from fine to coarse. Jewelry and specialty beads. You have to be careful with these. If you're going to make a little hole, it will have to be on the free edge, not on top of the nail bed. Disinfectant metal bits. You will do as you will disinfect your implements. By now, I'm pretty sure in your class, they have already shown you how to clean and disinfect your implements, your multi-use implements, and that's the same way you are going to clean and disinfect your metal bits. Demonstrate electrifying techniques. Before you use an electric file on a client, it is extremely important to get the proper education and then practice, practice, practice. How? You will do it on your mannequin. Techniques. Hand balancing. So you have to have a good grip. You have to have a comfortable table, an ergonomic chair, so you can be comfortable and practice. Here's the picture. And then in this table, we can see different type of filing and the suggested speed. Surface work, fast, maintenance or refill, medium, and cuticle work, slow. For practicing your angle, we don't want to use the tip of the bit on the nail. We want to have it parallel to the nail. Important things to remember. Use the correct bead angle. Avoid rings of fire. Rings of fire are the dents that you can cause to the nail by making pressure or filing too much in the same place because you have the wrong angle. Like you have the edge of the nail bit on the nail. Choose the correct speed. Nail enhancement maintenance. Maintenance is the term used when you need services after 2 or more weeks of the application of the product. Shortening the nail. That's when you make the nail shorter with your nail bit. Shortening the nail you will do at a 90-degree angle. Cuticle work. Here you have to be very careful. And it says using a medium silicone bit on a low speed, gently remove non-living tissue from the nail plate, moving back and forth slowly from left to right. Shaping C curves. Choose the size of the bead depending on the size of the underneath of the nail. Remember, each of our fingers have a different size. They're not the same size. Finishing. Graduating grits is the key to finished nails without leaving scratches. Graduate bits from coarser to finer to remove the scratch. Buffing oils can enhance your finished work by reducing heat and holding dust on the surface of the bit. Use buffing oils as they can speed up the neck of the bead into the handpiece and cause damage. So you have to also be careful. Don't put too much oil. High shine buffing. After filing to a smooth finish, nail enhancement can be shined with a buffing bit and buffing cream. Do not apply too much pressure so you don't cause heat to the client's nail bed. Buffing creams enhance shine when used with buffing bits. Apply the buffing cream to the nail and rub it before you use the buffing bit. Natural nail work. You should never use a metal bit or sanding band on the natural nail plate unless you have experience carrying out this procedure safely. UV LED gels. For the most part, when using an electric file on light cure gel products, the procedures and bits are the same as with liquid and powder acrylic products. Hard gels. To remove hard gels, these bits should be used. Diamond bits with medium grit, carbide bits, medium or fine grit, Swiss carbide bits, coarse or must have a blue band. Gel polish. Gel polish over acrylic products, you will have to follow manufacturer instructions to remove it. Most gel polish products will soak off with acetone, but can be carefully removed with acrylic or UV LED gel products by using an electric file and a Swiss carbide bit. Careful, okay? It says for removing gel polish from natural nails, you will have to soak them off. You don't want to file them because they are on the natural nail. Discuss electric filing for pedicures. Pedicure bits come in varying types of materials. Pedicure bits can be used with various types of exfoliating or callus reduction creams. Use your pedicure bit in one direction to reduce callus 70 to 80%. Remember, we cannot remove the callus 100%. That is not a good thing to do. Avoid applying too much pressure when using pedicure bits, as this can cause discomfort to the client, so they're going to feel burnt. Recognize how to troubleshoot electric filing. Reducing dust. Use a dust extracting. Sometimes the table has one, or you can buy one apart from your table. If you don't get enough shine from your bit, graduate the bit for a finest one. Heat. So solutions to avoid heat. Increase the speed of the machine, apply less pressure, and lift the bit frequently. Grabbing. Keep the bit parallel to the nail. Angle the finger, not the bit. Ensure you are able to see the front edge of the bit. Remember that bits have two sides. Use the proper size bit. Use bits with rounder ends, such as a safety style bit. Micro shattering. So it says, may be caused by aggressive filing with or without an electric file. So you don't have to use an electric file to cause on a client nail micro shattering. If you file too much, they will get those brittle tiny cracks on the nail. To avoid rings of fire that you cause those by pressing in the wrong angle on the client's nail. To avoid this, keep the bit parallel to the nail, angle the finger. If you feel the need to press down on the bit, increase the speed instead of pressing down and reduce the overall amount of pressure. So let's read these. Caution. A dangerous technique called the Russian manicure has appeared in videos online. The procedure shows how to green of the cuticle and skin of and around the nail. This practice is very dangerous and can easily damage the nail. The cuticle is there for a reason. It protects the natural nail from damage and infection. Your duty as a nail professional is to always protect the health of the natural nail and the client's hands and feet. As a licensed nail professional, you are only permitted to work on healthy skin and nails, and then only for the beautification purpose. Bottom line, if you live and work in Russia, you might do this dangerous procedure. However, if you live and work in the United States, this dangerous practice is outside of the scope of your license, so you cannot perform in any of the state a Russian manicure. Be careful, because if you get sued, you can lose your license. Safety tips. Remember, it's repeating the safety tips of an electric file. So if you feel you have to put more pressure, you're just going to speed your machine in a higher speed. You're gonna lift the bed a couple of times. You're not just gonna be making pressure on the client's nail. It's the same thing over and over. I have repeated like 3 times already, so that might mean that it's important. I want to wish you all a very good morning, good afternoon, good night, whichever was the time that you connected with me to listen or watch this video. I hope this video has been of great help to you, and we will see each other on the next video. Goodbye.